today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson at Cheltenham Road, where the Saints have picked up a National League South point with a 0-0 draw with Gloucester City. So you got a point there, Ian, but I would think this was a game you were looking for 3 points.
I think we can say that, David, but after the run we've had, we've lost 3 games on the trot now. I think the confidence was just taking a little bit of a blow, especially after the defeat at Torquay. So it's important we come away and didn't get beat for me, first and foremost. I felt we got in some really good areas, but it wasn't a really pretty game. It was a horrible game to watch. It was a horrible game to be involved in, but both sides really made it difficult. The pitch was awful, really. In terms, it looks great, but it's very, very bobbly, and it didn't warrant for a game with football to be played. So we had to go and play the elements. But for me, the most pleasing thing is we've come away with a clean sheet after our horrendous record in terms of conceding goals. So somewhere along the line, we've actually achieved something that we set out today.
Yeah, we've certainly kept a clean sheet against a side that's been out of form even more than us, it must be said. On Tuesday we had just 1 shot on target. In the first minute today we had another shot on target, and that was it.
But as I've said before, you get no divine right. I think Hungerford have beaten Billericay today, so as I've said before, we have to respect the opposition, we have to respect what we're playing against, and unfortunately we can't just turn up every game and win every game of football. We have to earn the right, and they've had some changes around in the last few weeks. They've got a new manager coming, and from when he's come into where they are now, they're a lot further ahead, and they'll cause teams problems here. They scored 3 goals against Woking here on Wednesday night. So as I say, we have no divine right. We have to work extremely hard on what we do, and you've seen it again today. A lot of teams there, and Concord have got beat 4-1, I think, at Torquay. Billericay have got beat at Hungerford. So we have to respect the league. We have to respect the teams we're playing, and we know we're not going to be able to turn up every week and win every single game of football.
You mentioned Gloucester's game in midweek against Woking. In fact, they're winning 3-2 with 89 minutes gone. So they certainly have improved of late.
Well, and if you see the goals that they conceded in the last minute there, I think the keepers had a howler, and their keepers made a welter in the first minute here. So he made up for what he did on Tuesday with the save he's made from David Moyle after a minute. And if that goes in, it might have been a different game. But we're a little bit fragile today, and as I say, we've still got some players missing with 1 or 2 little niggles. So we have to take what we got. I'm really pleased we got a clean sheet. I'm really pleased the way the back 4 worked as a 4, and we have to go and improve in the wide areas now, because we've got 2 forwards that have caused a lot of problems to a lot of teams this year. We're not now top goal scorers in the league, but up until now we were the top goal scorers in the league. So the front 2 were a handful for any team in this league, but unfortunately our wide areas today, we didn't have enough quality out there. We didn't get enough good balls in the box, and we didn't give our forwards anything to feed off.
Ralston Gabriel missed 5-6 games in the starting line-up. He came through okay today?
Yeah, he looks okay. I mean, obviously we gave him 30 minutes on Tuesday at Torquay, but 90 minutes today. Again, he's just got to go and work on some fitness now. In terms of Tuesday night, we need to go and work on some fitness away from match fitness. The matches will bring him back to the level he needs to be in, but he needs to do some fitness training, as does 3 or 4 players. Sam Merson's had an injury today. Percy's coming back from an ankle injury. David Noble's got the flu still. So the 5 or 6 of them need to do some additional training on Tuesday and Thursday. But as I say, we've got a now plan for Weymouth for next week. So we stopped a rot today again, which was vitally important. I didn't want to go and lose 4 games on the trot. We didn't set up to be negative as well. I mean, we set up to try and win a game of football. We played 4-4-2 the whole game. Unfortunately, we just wasn't good enough in some of the areas where we got really good possession of the ball. Our final delivery, our final cross, or the final decision wasn't good enough.
You mentioned Weymouth there. That's next Saturday in the FA Trophy. You've stated already that you'd like to have a run in it. We got through a couple of rounds last year. Hopefully we can go better.
I hope so, because obviously I think everybody enjoyed it. I mean, I think apart from the Harrogate replay, I think the Harrogate game at home was a great spectacle for conference football, and it was 2 really good teams having a go at each other. Unfortunately, in the replay, we wasn't good enough. We got a heavy defeat there, but the first 2 rounds gave us some credence in getting into that round. It kept us into going into the Christmas period. But again, as I said earlier, we look at I think we're 11th or 10th now, but I think we're 5 points, 6 points off second place. So if somebody had said that to me at the beginning of the season, I'd have snapped your hands off. Unfortunately, we've only picked up 1 point out of the last 10, but Torquay away, I think is going to be a handful for most teams now. I still say now they're going to be my favourite team to win today. Truro have gone and beat Chelmsford. So, as I say, we can look at everything in terms of everybody on their day is good enough to beat everybody in this league, and the one thing we've got to do is we've got to make sure we don't get dragged into a relegation battle, because that's the most important thing. We've got to keep picking up our points, and hopefully if we pick them points up, it might be enough for us to get into the top half of the table. And if we get into the top half of the table, then you aim for the playoffs. So we've just got to keep working hard, winning games of football, and at the moment, you know, it's been tough the last 3 or 4 games. For me, you know, going away to Dulwich was tough. We could have got something there. Chippenham at home, I felt we should have won the game. We just didn't defend well enough. And obviously we got a heavy defeat at Torquay. But today we've had to go and defend in numbers. And as I said earlier, you know, they've changed some personnel. They've scored 3 goals against Woking, and they should have been Woking here on Wednesday night.
And Weymouth in that trophy, division lower. People might expect us to win comfortably, but it's not going to be the case. They're flying this season, aren't they?
Well, I think you see at Taunton how good Taunton were, and we got a real spanking there. Weymouth are up top of that league, so they're top goal scorers. I think they've got the best goal difference in terms of against. I see they've got beat 3-1 at Kings Langley today after having a player sent off after 26 minutes. So we'll have to have a look at all of that, see where we are, see what we're doing, and try and plan and prepare properly. But we under no illusions it's going to be a tough game there next week. But you know, we've got to go and make sure that we're better than what we've been today, but also try and make sure we keep a clean sheet.
Any changes likely to have squad here?
Not really, as I've said before. Now, for me, now it's 1 out and 1 in, 1 out and 1 in. You know, if we don't improve from where we are, we're going to have to look to bring some personnel in, but then personnel are going to have to go. The main thing me at the moment, we need to get the personnel back to full fitness. We need to get everybody back. It's been a disruptive month in terms of ankle injuries, in terms of some illness, in terms of 1 or 2 family issues. So we need to get everybody back on song. We've got Zane Bantam back tomorrow from a break he's had with his family. So we need to get everybody back on song and get everybody playing in the right way, playing in the same direction we need to be, and try and have a bit more quality in certain areas, which could give us the goals, because I believe we've got the forwards that could score the goals, but we have to have more quality in the forward areas than what we've had today.
We've got Hertford at home on Tuesday week, but that comes in a run of games that's taken us to Torquay, today to Evesham, next Saturday to Weymouth, the Saturday after Truro, which will either be at Truro or Torquay. Is it a strain on the players, bearing in mind they have full-time jobs as well?
I think the travelling is, and that's why we've got to try and manage the travelling for them. But you know, the Hertford game is an opportunity for us to play a game at home. It's also an opportunity for us to keep the squad going. You know, we've only got a small squad, so people do need to get games, but it's not one of them that I want to come away with and not pick up a win to get us into the next round. I've said all along, and every year I've been involved in it, I want to win the County Cup, and we've got to make sure we beat Hertford, because I want to have a run in that. It keeps the season going, and it breaks up the momentum of training on a Tuesday and a Thursday, because you know, it's hard training on AstroTurf on a Tuesday and a Thursday. It's hard getting out there and training at 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, because some of the players are not getting home till, I mean, if you look at Lewis Knight, he's probably not getting home till half 11, quarter to 12. He's got to get up and go to work the next day. So it is difficult, but you know, the players have been great so far. As I say, we're on a little bit of a slippery slope at the moment, but we've got to make sure we get off that as quickly as we can. And you know, a win here or a win there will soon bring the confidence back, and hopefully we can get David Noble back in the midfield area. We can get the wide players playing to a level they were just before the break. I mean, you know, as I said before, you know, a lot of people have rang me this week and said that our performance at Chippenham was one of the best performances of the season, but we got beat 3-2, so that does no good for me in terms of the goals we conceded, and we didn't pick up any points.
Lovely, thanks so much, Ian. Safe journey home.
Thank you.
So Saints next in action next Saturday, that's the 24th of November, away to Weymouth in the FA Trophy third round qualifying, and the kick-off there is at 3 p.m.